If you dream of beautiful, filmic, natural, light and airy photography that your clients are willing to pay a premium for and editors are dying to publish, then I'm sharing the 3 key areas that you need to focus on to really master this popular style of photography. Hey guys, this is one of my favorite topics in photography styles. So as just a quick note, if you're interested in learning more after this, I also put together a free 4-part video training series called the Light and Airy Style Guide. It's about the colors, composition, and editing techniques that are unique to this style. It's free as a thank you to my subscribers, so to get your hands on it, simply click that little red button to show some love and then grab the link in the description to binge watch after this video. Okay, let's dig in. The best light and airy photographers do 3 key things in all of their images. First is to shoot for the edit. When it comes to this style, a big misconception is that the magic happens in the edit. And oftentimes when photographers are first learning this style, a big mistake I see is that they focus more on how to edit for it rather than how to shoot for it first. This is why one-click presets, while great in theory, are often disappointing. It's not that the presets aren't great, but when you're not shooting for that final edit, no amount of editing in post or presets are going to fix that. Your results are going to be as inconsistent as your shooting and will often fail to live up to your expectations. The photographers that have mastered this style of photography carefully consider that end image before ever even clicking the shutter. So if you're not getting the kind of images that you have in your head or on your inspiration board, my suggestion to you is to focus on the #1 area that's going to make the biggest impact in your photography. And that's mastering natural light. Make mastering the subtle nuances of natural light your top priority. Understand how to use light to flatter your subjects, control the focus of the image, elicit emotion, as well as how to use lighting in a way to craft beautiful images regardless of the time of day or circumstances. This is going to allow you to walk into all of your shoots super confident that you can create your best work regardless of if you have the perfect circumstances or not. Do this and you'll be well on your way to crafting those beautiful light and airy images you dream about. Because remember, the magic starts in camera. The next part that we want to focus on is the design and composition of your images. The best light and airy photographers are extremely intentional in the way they design and craft their images. The goal is for you as a photographer to essentially disappear from the image. It becomes more about that thing, that creative hack, the photographer's creativity, than about the subject and the people and the emotions and the moment that were captured in the image. However, the beauty of this style of photography is the simplicity of it, that the photographer kind of fades into the background, allowing the subject to take center stage as the star of the photo. When we can't rely on dramatic effects to create that visual interest for us, it forces us to become better, more thoughtful photographers. To get you started down this path, I recommend learning visual hierarchy and composition beyond rule of thirds. Rule of thirds is a great starting place, and I actually use it a lot in my own work, but this is one of the most common compositional techniques, and it's often where most people stop. There is so much more when it comes to the design of your image to be able to really take it to the next level. From learning the various other compositional techniques to learning how compression and lens choice works in your images, framing and cropping for impact, and even how color can impact your photography. One of the things I like to do in my own learning is to get outside inspiration, to go to museums or gallery showings and study how the masters of painting use design and compositional techniques to draw the viewer's eye. This will help you become a more discerning artist, and really the end goal is to be a designer, or as I tell my students, art director of your images. Number 3 is to edit to enhance, not fix. If you're spending a lot of time editing your photos, what that tells me is you're probably not nailing the shooting fundamentals like lighting and visual hierarchy in camera, and are instead needing to spend a lot of extra time editing to fix it. However, the goal should be to enhance and work with the data that you already captured intentionally in camera, not fix it. When you do this, not only will your edits become so much faster, but they'll also be better and more consistent. For example, I'm often intentionally underexposing my images. I often do this when I'm shooting in like a backlight scenario or when there's highlight details that I want to preserve in the image. By knowing this in advance, I'm able to more thoughtfully capture the image the right way in camera in order to have all that beautiful detail when I go to the edit, rather than needing to try to fix things in post when things are blown out and I don't have that sky, skin tone, or other detail. Because the Light and Airy style is inspired from the richness and beauty of film, you want to make sure that you pay attention to the entire image, not just the subject, to ensure that it all supports your end vision and the feelings and emotions that you want to evoke. And to help with this, it of course helps being knowledgeable in Lightroom and how to edit to really bring your images home and create that end vision. Beyond just using presets, which presets aren't bad to be able to speed up your workflow, but at the end of the day, you really want to know what those presets are doing so you know how to customize them to your particular style and needs. One area that I recommend learning in Lightroom beyond just the basics is really mastering the curves tool in order to control the tonal ranges of your image. This is something a lot of photographers shy away from learning. And if you've been afraid of the curves tool in the past, I actually have a full video I'll link up just explaining how curves works in a really simplistic way. And by the end of the video, I think you'll fall in love with it as much as I do. If you enjoyed this video and want to go a little bit deeper in each of these areas, be sure to snag my free Light and Airy style guide. In it, I share why this style of photography is one of the most popular and profitable, the 4 biggest myths when it comes to this style of photography, the do's and don'ts of composition, contrasting design techniques of other styles of photography against the more classic design style of the Light and Airy photography, and 3 of the most important things to keep in mind when editing for this style. It might not be free forever, so definitely check it out in the link in the description or hop on over to guide.chelseanicole.com to snag it now while it's available. And I'd love to know, do you currently shoot in this style of photography or a variation of it? Share your style below, and I will catch you on the next video.